Hey, what is up, guys? It is Lucky Punch Sports, and today we're going over my card overview and picks for UFC 315 this Saturday. Let's go. And sorry for the late upload. I've had moving out of college finals, sisters grad, other finals, so a little late, but still had to get it up. Let's get it. In the first fight on the card is Benoit Saint-Denis versus Kyle Prepolec, and BSD has gone from one of the most fearsome prospects in the division to someone who was finished within 10 minutes in his last two fights. Two uber-talented lightweights, Moicano and Poirier, made Saint-Denis look very bad. I have faith in BSD to get back into the win column, and this is the perfect opponent. Joel Alvarez would have been an absolute war, and the new opponent, Prepolec, is 0-2 in the UFC. He last fought in the UFC in 2019, where he lost to Austin Hubbard, not the best. Prepolec is a tough and rigid 155er who looks very big for the division. He has a strict striking style that leaves him safe but dangerous. BSD is extremely dangerous on the ground or on the feet. He had his face completely shredded from Moicano last fight, but I believe he'll come back strong with a round 2 KO. He puts full power into every punch, and one of them is bound to land and catch the Canuck and slump him cold. The God of War will leave Canada in the win column. And now we have Alexa Grasso versus Natalie Silva, and the former champ Grasso looks to get back in the win column after a draw and decision loss to the champ Shevchenko. Grasso has good boxing and can live on the canvas, but sometimes struggles to advance to winning positions against superior grapplers like Silva will be. She should rely on her superior boxing and move forward while pressuring Silva on the feet, giving her no time to breathe. Silva's undefeated in the UFC, and this is the biggest fight of her career. She's a finishing threat to Grasso, who's only been finished once in the UFC. Silva can fight well moving forward and is more than capable on the ground. If she gets Grasso on her back, it may be her fight to win. However, Grasso will stay alive if she keeps the pressure on Silva, stays active, backs her up, and gets it to the scorecards. And now we have Jose Aldo versus Ayman Zahabi. Jose Aldo represents whatever is left of the WEC in the current UFC era. Casuals may know him from the McGregor fight, but Aldo has been a legend at 135. The problem is he's been doing this since 2008. He has perfect takedown defense and rarely gets hurt on the feet. His striking is incredibly skillful with clever trips, knees, and check hooks. Really, his only downside is his age. He missed weight by 8 pounds and clearly can't make bantamweight anymore. I wish this were more of an exciting fight in the twilight of Aldo's legendary run, but Aldo will still impress as he always does. Zahabi is only a year younger, and his best win is Pedro Munoz, who I'm not a huge fan of. He's made a run up the rankings and into it, but I don't believe he's a legit contender. Zahabi is talented and a smart fighter, but Aldo is a better version of him in every way. He's very well-rounded, but not a standout in any aspect, and Aldo will get a healthy decision over him, and the number 15 ranked Zahabi will drop out of the rankings. In the first title fight is Shevchenko versus the undefeated Fiorot. Fiorot is undefeated, while Shevchenko has dominated the division, bar Grasso, since 2018. Shevchenko is an experienced Muay Thai fighter with a complete MMA game. Fiorot has shown her karate skills, and this truly will be a test of two styles. Fiorot has 0 submission wins or losses, and Shevchenko will likely be much more experienced on the ground. I think Shevchenko by decision is most likely, as they may struggle to get a finish, but I think she'll outstrike and outpoint Fiorot. Although many don't remember the name, Belal Muhammad has built quite the resume at 170. He hasn't lost since 2019 and dominated Leon and Sean Brady. My problem with Belal lies with his finishing threat. He's shown he has cardio, he's shown his striking and wrestling pedigree, but struggles to get finishes with 18 decision wins already. Against Leon, he was dominating on the feet and the ground, and then suddenly he wasn't. Momentum can shift quickly in the UFC, and the ability to finish opponents before that can happen is key to retaining that belt. JDM is not the guy you want to let stick around. He's the best boxer in the division, if not one of the best in the UFC. He has 4 first-round finishes in the UFC and rarely lets his fights see the scorecards. JDM will have better striking, but Belal can prove his incredible stamina and work ethic true. He's been counted out before and has continually proven his haters wrong, including me in the past. Bilal can tire out JDM and keep him bored on the ground by laying on top of him and limiting that striking ability. He keeps claiming Canelo hands will land a round 3 KO, but I'm taking Bilal by decision. I don't think he's going to KO JDM. I think JDM and the fans will be surprised by Bilal's striking and power, although it might not be as good as JDM. In addition, with the wrestling, it will be very effective. Bilal is used to decisions, but as the champ, any fight where you keep the belt is a win. And before I get into my official picks, I'll start with my past, my lock of the nights, something that is guaranteed to hit if you need an extra leg on a parlay or just need to see green. 17-4, not bad, getting better. My main card picks 66-43, looking to improve. And for my official picks, starting with Benoit Saint-Denis versus Prepolec. I think Saint-Denis is the easy pick here. He should knock out Prepolec, get back into the win column as the heavy 1,000-point favorite. And then Alexa Grasso, I'm taking her against Natalie Silva as the underdog. Grasso is the former champ and it only lost because of how good Shevchenko is. So I think she will fight a very talented Silva, but get a decision win there as the dog. And then Jose Aldo versus Ayman Zahabi or Ariel Helwani. I think Jose Aldo made this a catchweight fight. He's looking older, but he's still that good, that talented. I think Aldo will get a decision win here. And then the first title fight for the flyweight belt. I think Shevchenko as the champ, as the underdog. Dog champ, when was the last time we've seen that? Has been a little while. Will beat Fiorot in a decision to retain her belt as she gets older, but is still very, very talented. And then for the welterweight title fight, it's going to be a very good fight. I love JDM, but I'm taking Bilal Muhammad. I think he's so underrated because of how annoying he is and boring he is in the octagon, but his cardio is impeccable, his striking is underrated, and his wrestling is very, very good. So I think in combination to that, Bilal will beat JDM by decision like he usually does, but JDM is still very, very promising for the future. My lock of the night is Bezcot Almakan. Bezcot is 0-1 but had razor close fights against a talented Umar Nurmagomedov. Katona is a two-time TUF veteran in the Ultimate Fighter and has won, but has shown a very limited ceiling in the UFC. Katona is 4-4 in the UFC and should be a good opponent for Bezcot to pick up his first UFC win. The odds are very tight and Katona is skilled, but Bezcot should prove his worth as a good money pick here. The punchline of the night is forget the name, or remember the name. Remember what name? Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. Anyway, he's built quite the resume and is now a champ in possibly the most boring way possible. The decision merchant. Bilal needs to get a win, but doing so in the most exciting fashion is important to build legacy as a champ. Bilal is very good and underrated because of how boring he is, how many decisions he gets. It's key for Bilal to have a fun fight, to get fans back on his side for the future and this title reign he could possibly have. And the punch bowl is the former soldier, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Prepolec. Win or increasingly lose, Saint-Denis brings blood to the octagon. He is a warrior, and Prepolec is a strong fighter, but there will be guaranteed hands thrown, and it will not be a fight you will want to miss.